welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah,
This is where we take your materials, your info, and really pull out the key insights.
that's right.
Today we're digging into brand building and this concept of farming in real estate. It's based on the RevUp Rapid Launch module. Now, it is geared towards real estate agents, definitely. But honestly, the idea is in here. Identifying your unique value, focusing your efforts. That's useful stuff no matter what field you're in.
Oh, absolutely. It's about figuring out, who you are professionally and where to point your energy. We're really focusing on two main things from the module today.
Yep.
Setting up that personal brand and then this idea of developing a farm.
Okay, let's start with the brand then, the
Right.
foundation. They talk about a one value proposition, an OVP. What is that, really?
Yeah.
More than just a catchy phrase?
Yeah, it's much more. It's your core message. Your OVP is that statement, hopefully clear and concise, that tells people exactly why they should pick you. You and your company. What do you offer that's, maybe different or better? What makes you unique? The module really hammers this home. Getting your OVP right is step one. It's foundational. If you can't say it clearly, how will anyone else get it?
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just what you do, but why you're the right choice. So, okay, you've got your OVP. Then the module gets practical, talking about individual branding.
Yeah.
Things like, believe it or not, email signatures. Seems small.
It does seem small, but think about how many emails you send. Thousands, maybe tens of thousands over a career. Each one is a little touch point.
Huh. Didn't think of it quite like that.
Right, so the module says use that space. Name, contact info, website, socials, that's basic, but also company logo, your title, maybe any achievements or certifications, and crucially, a call to action.
Like what?
Like, click here for a free MLS search or download my property search app. Something useful that turns that signature into a potential lead every single email.
Yeah, okay. Turning a daily task into, well, a mini marketing moment. They also mentioned voicemail greetings, calling it a potential 15 to 30-second commercial. That sounds a bit intense for voicemail.
It can sound like that, yeah. But think about it. If someone calls and you don't pick up, that greetings is your first impression or maybe a reinforcement.
Yeah.
So the module suggests first actually listen to your current one. Is it professional? Does it say who you are, what company maybe, what you specialize in? Does it give a reason to, leave a message or call back?
Right, not just leave a message.
Exactly. Mention your company, maybe your specialty, strengths, and again, that call to action. Keep it natural, though. Practice it. Maybe even ask a colleague what they think. Avoid saying stuff the system already says, like leave a message after the tone.
Good point. Keep it human.
Ah.
Okay, so email, voicemail. And there's the broader picture. Social media, online profiles, brochures, all that. The stress consistency.
Consistency is huge for recognition. Think about big brands. Their logo, their colors, their vibe instantly. It's the same principle, just on a personal scale. Same look, same core message everywhere makes you memorable. When people see your stuff across different places, it clicks. Oh, and they do mention make sure you're following your company's rules on logos and branding, of course.
Right, stay compliant. Okay, that covers the branding basics. Let's shift to this farming idea.
Yeah.
It's a very agricultural term for real estate.
Yeah.
What's the core concept?
It is, isn't it? But the analogy works well. Farming, in this context, means picking a specific focus area. It could be geographic, like a particular neighborhood or subdivision,
Right.
or it could be demographic, maybe first-time buyers or military families or luxury condo owners, and then you cultivate that area. You build relationships, provide value, become known there.
Ah, okay.
The goal is to be the expert, the go-to person for that specific niche. You plant seeds, nurture them, and eventually, harvest the results, the clients who think of you first.
So specializing instead of spreading yourself too thin, you mentioned geographic and demographic farms. Any quick thoughts on choosing between them?
Well, geographic farming means you get really deep into a specific place. The streets, the schools, the local market trends like the back of your hand. Great for local recognition.
Makes sense.
Demographic farming lets you focus on a type of client wherever they are. Maybe you're great with relocations or investors. So you tailor your message to their specific needs. Which one's better? It really depends on you, your strengths, where you feel you can connect best.
Got it. So how do you pick one? It sounds like a big commitment. What kind of research does the module recommend before you, plant your flag?
Oh yeah, it's definitely long-term, so upfront research is absolutely key. The module points straight to MLS data and tax records.
What are you looking for there?
Key numbers. Total homes in the area, Average sales price maybe over the last year. What's the turnover rate? Like, how often do homes actually sell there, say, over the last 5 years?
Okay, so is it an active market?
Exactly. And also, importantly, agent saturation. Is there already one agent or maybe a team that just dominates that area? You need to know that. Basically, you're trying to figure out the real potential. Is there enough business? And can you realistically carve out a niche?
Data-driven decisions. Smart. Any other resources they mentioned for this homework phase?
Title companies, they often have awesome resources, things called farm packages that bundle up property details, owner info, maps, sales comps.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and many have farming apps now too, so you can get data on the go. They can sometimes help with mailing lists too, but the module does give a heads up about RIS-PNO rules there.
Yeah.
You need to be careful.
Right, compliance again. So title reps could be really helpful allies here.
Definitely. Build that relationship. They often have neighborhood analysis tools as well, giving you a broader picture.
Okay, so data is crucial. But the module also says you need to actually, go there, experience the farm.
Yes. Boots on the ground, you got to drive through it, get a feel for the place. What's the curb appeal like? How are the entrances and exits? Is there an HOA? And if so, are they doing a good job?
Is the landscaping nice?
Exactly. Maintained common areas versus, looking rundown. That tells you something about the community and potential resale value. Also, preview homes listed there, see the floor plans, get a sense of what buyers like or don't like.
And look for the pros and cons of the location itself.
For sure. Note the good stuff: parks, guard gates, nice views, and the not so good stuff: busy roads right behind the houses, power lines, things like that. It helps you understand what you're really selling or what objections you might face.
Right, know the territory. Okay, so you've done your research, picked your farm, now you need to market yourself to that farm. What materials do they suggest?
The big thing is consistency. Always branding yourself as the neighborhood specialist and always having a clear call to action. So things like an introduction letter. Hi, I'm specializing in your area. Here's how I can help market updates, free home valuation, etc. Then maybe a regular newsletter, monthly or bi-monthly. Make it look nice. Maybe a photo of the neighborhood entrance. Keep people updated on local stuff and market trends.
Keeping your name out there.
Yeah, and they also suggest circle prospecting. When you get a listing or make a sale or hold an open house in the farm, you reach out to the neighbors nearby, knock on doors, leave a flyer, just introduce yourself, build that name recognition.
Face-to-face or at least door-to-door. What about online?
Social media, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe create a private Facebook group just for residents of your farm area. Share community news, events, market tidbits. Become a helpful local resource online.
Like building a little online community hub.
Exactly. And then maybe quarterly, send out a more detailed neighborhood market update. What's for sale, what's sold, average prices, days on market. Include your own listings or sales in the area, obviously. And again, that call to action: want a specific valuation for your home.
Positioning yourself as the data expert for their specific block. How do you keep all these different touches organized? Sounds like a lot.
They suggest using a farm touch grid. It's basically a planner. Helps you map out what you're sending, how you're sending it, and when throughout the year. Keeps you on track.
Okay, a system.
And across everything: letters, newsletters, flyers, emails, consistent branding, same colors, same style, same logo use. And always, always that compelling call to action. Give them a reason to contact you. Maybe call me for my top 5 tips to boost your home's value before selling. Something concrete.
Gotcha. Give value, ask for the connection. So how do you actually get these materials to people, deliver them?
2 main ways discussed: walking your farm or mailing your farm.
Pros and cons.
Walking is great for personal connection. You meet people, have conversations. It's cost effective, obviously. The module even gives tips. Dress professionally but comfortably. Maybe go on weekends or late afternoons. Have a notepad or app ready for notes. Always have business cards. Try to categorize people you meet connected or not yet connected. Some title companies have apps for this too, to track houses you've visited.
Sounds like an exercise too.
It can be. The downside is it takes time. Mailing saves a lot of time, lets you reach everyone consistently, but it costs more. Postage adds up.
Trade-offs. Okay, one last thing they mentioned was building your farm facts. What's that about?
It's about becoming the undisputed local guru. Create a document, basically, where you compile everything about the farm. Exact number of homes, not counting ones already listed or in escrow. How long does it actually take you to walk the whole thing? Note any vacant properties you see. List all the amenities, schools, parks. Think about questions people might ask and have the answers ready.
So if someone asks about the HOA rules or the nearest dog park, you know it instantly.
Precisely. It positions you as the source. It builds your confidence and their trust.
That's thorough. And the module wraps up with a checklist, right? Action items.
Yeah, a whole list. Things like nail down your OVP, record that professional voicemail, set up your email signature properly, create your social media business page, start exploring those title company resources, define your geographic farm, maybe start under 500 homes, decide how often you'll touch the farm, drive it, walk it, preview the listings, set up an MLS hot sheet just for that area. Look into marketing templates, practical stuff to get moving.
And they list specific tools and resources too.
Yep. Mention specific title company apps, design platforms like CoreFact or One Design, newsletter services like Home Actions, even ideas like custom wine labels or notepads. Lots of tools to help execute the strategy.
Wow, okay. So bringing this all together, this dive really highlights two big things. First, you have to know and communicate your unique value, that OVP, and build a consistent brand around it.
Absolutely fundamental.
And second, this farming concept, really focusing your efforts intensely on a specific niche, geographic or demographic, and consistently showing up with value and building relationships seems like a really powerful path to long-term success.
It really does. And like you said at the start, even though this came from a real estate module, these ideas, defining your unique value, strategic focus, consistent outreach, that applies almost anywhere, doesn't it?
It really does. Which brings us to a final thought for you, the listener. Thinking about these principles, your unique value, targeted focus, what farm could you cultivate? In your job, your side hustle, maybe even a personal project?
Yeah.
Where could you become the go-to expert by focusing your energy and building connections?
Something to think about. Where can you plant your seeds and really nurture that growth? How can you best connect with and serve your specific audience?